This is going to be really exciting. In this video, I'll show you how to create a 3D carousel like this. The steps to do this are very simple, and we will do all of this in just 5 minutes. Before we begin, please make sure you have all your images ready and also signed in to your Figma account. To create a base for the 3D wheel, I'll go here on top and select ellipse. In the middle of my web page, I'll create an ellipse like this. Next, to make sure these elements stay static on our web page, I'll go to the left panel, hold Ctrl and select all the elements like this except the ellipse. Then right click and choose group selection. Now let's create a 3D wheel. I'll move the ellipse outside so that it's easier to place images on it. I'm gonna import all my images from this folder and drop them here. These are too big, so let's make them smaller. I'll select all my images, go to the right and change the size to 600. Okay, this ellipse is a little small, so I'll move it here and resize it to somewhere around 800. To create the basic carousel design, I'll drag the carousel images to the ellipse here and space them evenly one by one like this. I don't want this hideous grey ellipse to appear on my carousel, so I'll select it, go to the right panel and change opacity to 0. Awesome, our 3D wheel is ready. Now before I move this to my web page, I'll group them. So let's select the entire thing, right click and choose group selection. Cool. I'll move this entire group on the web page like this. I have used 3 images for the carousel, and for a cool rotation effect, I'll need to create 2 replicas of these, rotate this wheel and change colors on them. So I'll select the frame, copy it and paste it here like this. To avoid confusion, I'll rename this design from the left panel. Let's call this Home 1. Now let's change the color of this frame. So I'll click it and change the color from here. For other parts, I'll do the same like this. Now let's replace this red bowl with a green one using the wheel group we created earlier. I'll select it and rotate the frame to get the green image at the center like this. Perfect. Now for the blue bowl, I'll create a replica, change colors on the web page and rotate till the blue wheel is in the middle. So editor, use a transition and make it look like this. Now we will create a navigation button so that when someone clicks on it, the wheel rotates, giving a 3D effect. So I'll import my images again and align them like this. Next, select them and from the right, change the size to this. Now to add depth to this navigation button and 3D carousel, I'll select all bowl images from the left and then on the right, add a drop shadow like this. I'll drag my navigation buttons to the right hand corner here. Let's align them quickly. I'll select them and set the spacing to 30. Now to highlight these navigation buttons when someone selects it, I'll create a ring around these buttons like this. To do that, I'll go on top, select this and draw it here like this. Let's add a stroke to it. So on the right, remove fill, add stroke by clicking here and from here choose white color. Let's increase the stroke like this. Wait, I should have taken an ellipse from the toolbar, right? My bad. Okay, I'll just go here and change this value to 100. Cool. Now I will place it here on my button like this. I'll copy these buttons and place it on my next frame. And for the ring, I think you already know what I'm gonna do. I'll just move it down here because my next frame is a green bowl. Next, I'll repeat the same steps for the last frame as well. Awesome, our design is ready. Now the last step is to prototype these elements so that it moves when someone clicks on it. Before I move on to the next part, this is not an ad. Since the video is about website, so I'm guessing you are running a website too. And if you are using WordPress, then you should definitely try this free speed plugin called Airlift. If you put your website URL here, it will boost your website speed up to 90%. Cool, right? So try it here and let me know if you like it. So go on top and click on prototype to switch to prototype dashboard. To move from red ball frame to green ball frame, I'll drag this plus icon to the next frame like this. I'll make sure the interaction is on navigate and I'll choose smart animation from here. To make the transition smooth, I'll set the animation speed to 300 and tick the reset scroll position box. For the blue ball, I'll drag this plus icon to the third frame like this. I'll use the same settings as before. Now to make sure the relevant pages appear when someone selects the previous option, for example, from the blue ball, I want to go back to the red ball and from green to red as well. So on the green frame, drag this plus icon to the previous frame like this, and on the blue frame, drag the plus icon from the green button to the green frame like this. And for the red ball, I'll drag it to the first frame like this. Also, the animation settings will be same across all the frames. Now let's see how it looks. I'll go to my first frame, select it, go on top and click on this plus icon. Let's click this green ball. Cool. Now the next one. Looks great. If you found this helpful, then subscribe for free yogurt bowls. In this 3-minute video, I'll show you a free plugin to triple your site speed. You're really gonna thank me for this, so click here and I'll see you there.